a lot of white cops now because they basically are saying
they don't get to
if
show
I
us.
If I don't get this impunity
Yeah.
if
I don't get to use this small dick energy, if I don't get to use it on black men, I quit. You know, these are the same men that are betting on football games. They do, and cops they all talk about LeBron James. They talk about football players, all these black athletes. That's all they think about. But then they want to choke the same motherfucker out too. It's some sick ass shit. It's like this sick dichotomy of black male envy, or it's a thin line between admiration and envy at the same time. It's almost like I want to kill you because I hate you because you're so dope. Oh, this is how I feel.
I agree with you.
I hear these cops, they talk about sports all day long. They take pictures of LeBron James, but then they're choking out a guy. It could have been LeBron James' son. Could be LeBron James' cousin.
Oh, you know they were superhuman too, the people they're choking out.
Right. So they choke them and they go, I hate that you're stronger than me. I fucking hate you. The hatred of black people is so, it's like, I always call it, we're the Nike of hatred. You know, we're Nike, nigga is Nike, Spick is Adidas, Reebok is Chink. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm telling you, because all of those other people that get discriminated against, they hate black people too. Like, remember, I'm not saying every single person is
Stop doing that. Stop making this disclaimer.
Right.
Everybody knows when we talk about something, we're not talking about everything. There's always explanation.
But all of those other oppressed groups call us niggas and all this other shit too.
You gotta understand, there is no greater patriotism than hating black people.
Right.
So if you're going to assimilate as immigrants in this country, who do you look at? You look at white folks, and who do we perceive as the patriots? Is your Southerners? They're supposed to be the patriots, and so when immigrants come here, their racism is patriotic to them. The best way to assimilate into this country is to hate
black people.
They hate black.
So I have a question. What do you think about? This unit was specifically, put together for a reason, right? So
what were they called?
Scorpion unit.
Scorpion. And this black woman, chief of police, she had a group before that.
Red Dogs.
The Red Dogs. Was she in Tennessee at the time?
It was her group.
So it's her group.
But you gotta understand, every major city has a group of that.
Right.
And they've always had that. When Bratton was here with Giuliani, it was We Own the Night dudes.
Right.
With Amadou Diallo and that. So it's always been these guys who bend the rules. They go into the crime areas and they have no boundaries of what they can do. And then what happens, they're unchecked, and because they're unchecked, then they become more reckless, and it gets out of hand because they're not being monitored. But they are also the guys who, there's 6 dudes in this crack house with guns. Let's go. You want to call for backup? No. Let's go in now. We'll lose them now. So they are also these guys who are hyper aggressive and stuff, and so they're not monitored. And so this is where you see the training day cops. Who we get it done anyway. We have to get it done. So every major city.
So what responsibility should we have on the chief of police, having put up these? And by the way, there are plenty of white papers that are based on what Dante said about. Essentially what ends up happening is that they know they operate with such impunity that somehow they get shut down and then they get reconstituted again. So we know they don't work, right?
Right.
So what kind of responsibility should the chief of police have, knowing that she reconstituted this group of dudes who could go around and do what they do with
I don't want to be fired. I don't want to be devil's advocate.
Don't advocate.
But they also reduced the murder rate by 43%.
Okay, let's talk about
that group of guys. That group of guys.
Hold on.
But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have oversight. And they have to. I mean, this is freedom costs.
Okay, so the idea. Let's talk about percentages. Right? So this is one of the things that as a communications major, this is what we get polling and things like that. And one of the things that's always got to be used is is randomness. There's a term that escapes me right now, but the truth is, the one thing that never gets taken into account is the person who's actually getting the percentages or making the poll. You know, the person themselves, the bias that they bring into it, and all that other stuff. So the percentages are the perfect way to be able to say, hey, because I can, and truthfully, they can make up these percentages.
They can literally
do
the
that.
numbers,
and that will justify us getting more of a budget over here, so on and so forth.
Right.
So we should always be cautious, highly cautious of any of them that say something along the lines of, oh, crime has been reduced by this percentage. So for example, at University of Delaware, and when I was doing this stuff, there was sexual assault, right? And so it had gone down by 11% one year. 11%. That's because there was 11 one year and it went down to 10 the next year. So the one, you know, it looks like it's 11%.
It's a manipulation of
so that's why we always got to be careful with those kinds of things when it comes to percentages. And that's all I wanted to say.
And another thing,
stochastic. That's the name.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the term that's used. Like they actually talk about like randomness.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what it was here. There's other things that I think stochastic goes with, like stochastic terrorism and stuff like that. Or they even talk about
stochastic means randomly determining, having a random probability, distribution, or pattern that may be analyzed statistically but may not be predicted precisely.
that happens in chemistry.
Yeah.
Stochastic.
Yeah, so
There's a theory.
But we're also not looking at.
Thank you, Michael.
You're not looking at the root cause of this. Why there is crime in this way? It's a lack of education, a lack of housing, a lack of health care, a lack of adequate investment into programs and music programs and sports programs and stuff. So nobody is going to arrest a city that's high in crime out of crime. The way you get cities out of crime is by giving people opportunities. But in order to give people opportunities, if you have a capitalist basis that is based on how much can we take, how much profit can we make, there's a disparity of wealth, and it's meant to be that.
And black oppression is profitable.
And it's profitable.
It's profitable.
That's the new cotton.
Pipeline to jail.
Is locking dudes up in private.
So much money on black labor. So much money on. And just like, it's kind of cool that you said this because it leads into what Jason Whitlock's fathead ass had to say. And we're going to show what Jason Whitlock fucking said. This fat fuck. There's something about him, man. Sometimes he'll say something, I go, okay. Yeah. And then he'll just say some real. I just thought it was just. No, he conflated two different things.
Do you remember when he made the comment about like Deion Sanders, right?
Yes.
He was like, wait a minute, where are all those black billionaires and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Why aren't they fucking stepping up and start giving? I was like, God damn, I guess the clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I agree with fucking Jason Whitlock on that shit.
Right.
But then he does this stuff, man.
I'm like, my man. So whenever
man.
when black people get killed, it's like Candace and these motherfuckers say the dumbest shit sometimes. Sometimes they'll be on point. I go, hey man, that's right.
Like you said,
but it's like when we get murdered, when it's like our murder, and it's like, well, you shouldn't have been. Well, you know the reason why. I go, you motherfucker, man.
Well, he's saying, first of all, he's complaining
because of a matriarchal society.
Complaining the fact that this woman is a police chief that somehow
has nothing to do with that. They were a bunch of fucking savages.
Children. Exactly.
You are savages. There are plenty of people in single family homes who are doing just fine, who are law-abiding citizens, who are sane as fuck. And there are people with two parents with crazy ass children.
But we don't even know that these guys were single parented. He's just complaining. His chief of police is their mother somehow, and there's no father.
Where's Jason's studio? Someone wait for that motherfucker. I just hated that he said that kind of shit. And even Ciara, she said something to him. People were like coming at him like, can you show what Jason?
I really think that we gotta understand too that
no, we can't use YouTube.
These people are.
I think it's a news clip. It's fine, just as long as it's not like a copyrighted music.
I don't like that Russian bitch face.
Yeah, because we're on live. We're live on YouTube, right? We're live.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube. But if it's him on the news, it should be fine.
It's just what he said. Like it's because of these single parent homes, and I go, dude, like the stuff you're talking about are two different things. These knuckleheads chasing these big dudes, chasing this 150-pound black dude who was a skateboarder and a photographer. If he's a single mother, his interests were pretty fucking cool. Skateboarder.
Not only he had a mother and a father, so that's just not even. And then, but we don't even know if the guys in the police was single parented.
Right.
So he's conflating the fact that there's a female at the chief of police, and that somehow these guys who are 30-year-old grown men that they are her single children.
They can be parents of kids themselves.
It's absurd.
That was so fucking good.
But you have conservative and MAGA people who are basically going. They think this anyway. And so he's and this is his grift. It's his grift. It's Candace Owens' grift, and that's gonna happen. This is how they make their money.
I would love them to suffer some repercussions for this kind of shit. What are we gonna do with social media sellout coon motherfuckers? What do we do? We don't do nothing. We don't do nothing.
Let me tell you what. Here's the thing.
But you really see magic attitude, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where the spell comes. Spell the cross, and it could soon impress even Professor Beasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, and look forward to it.
And I too seen it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I feel like Professor Beasley does it too. So now, let's get the spellcrafts. Cutting table and a pushing station. I believe so, sir. Nothing like being able to blow the oil ingredients and do what you want when you want. Let's look at what we have, sir.
519. Diamonds. 5. Supplies. Conservation spellcraft.
Okay, guys. It's just no. I know what you're saying. As long as it's a black person saying it makes me better.
They just want to be a C. Yeah. But what if they don't have? They don't have these thoughts of racism and it's always here. They've made a decision. Yo, this is my grip. Yeah. And yo, I don't mean to God bless you, but yo, if that's how you keep moving, there's an inauthenticity in doing that you have to live with for the rest of your life. You don't get invited to the barbecue. When you get it, it's just like, what was it, Diamonds and Pearl, what's that shit? Diamonds and Pearl, them two right. So when she you know that she cried racism. Yeah. And when she cried racism, everybody was like, well, that's who you fuck with them.
And one of them died of COVID, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wish
COVID
that
to die him.
But
look,
but they was really cooning and singing and fucking it's raining, man.
And then they go to then Trump goes to they go, Donald Trump made everything, and he goes, I don't know her.
You guys are very, very silly Negroes. Yeah, he's like this. They're very fat women. I want pancakes. When I see you, I just want maple syrup and pancakes.
You guys are great.
You guys are very good, very black.
I don't know.
Fry my chicken and keep your mouth shut.
Now that you're making me think. Just a tiny little pivot, right? So the motherfucker's announced that he's gonna run, right?
Of course he is.
But what's interesting is that now all these motherfucking classified documents are coming out on Biden.
Right.
No Republicans are doing that. That's an inside job. So there are Democrats basically saying, you know what? We don't want you to run, motherfucker. It's time for you to step aside. There's no way.
Oh, you're saying because he's calling it.
No, I'm talking about Biden. They don't want Biden to run. Oh, without question. Where are all these classified documents coming from? Ain't no Republicans doing it. Somebody inside is going like, oh, we found another one. They want to cripple him to the point where I think he's going to be 84 or something like that. They're like, dude, you can't run no more. You guys
you're saying it's a Democratic thing.
Without question, I'm saying that. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Like I think Donald Trump's going to run. If It's going to be interesting if he wins. It'll be very interesting. He's going to have some. He's got some good competitors. Like I know DeSantis. I know. I think right.
First of all,
I don't think DeSantis has the juice.
DeSantis.
When you hear him speak,
he's like Rick Perry. He's a fucking idiot. It's like DeSantis. This is the same motherfucker which they're taking him to task. Wants to get rid of AP African Americans. Go fuck yourself with that Klan shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Black History Month, guys. It's Black History Month.
I'm not mad. I'm not even.
That's right. It's Black History Month. How about that? February, bitch.
That's right.
It's our month.
I'm not even mad at that, and I'll tell you why I'm not mad at it. Because
What are you not mad at?
the fact that I think they should fight it, but I think this is we expect this. We expect them to roll this back. But this is the same thing that happened with the Negro Base program. This is the same thing that happened with the Black Football League. The fact that what they did was they basically just scavenged the Negro Baseball League, and if they had not done that, you had arena owners, black team owners, black players, and so the integration of that only meant that black people ended up at the short end of the stick.
Of course, man.
And had that have not happened, you would have had multi-billionaires in that, because who are they going to go see?
Yeah, the Negro Leagues. I lost you though. You said
They
integrated. No, we're talking about DeSantis and him taking away the AP.
So what I'm saying,
he said it was the same thing they did with everything else.
Right, the education of the pre-colonial education, the education of black history, we need to put that out. So in England, I have Caribbean friends of mine that are activists and stuff. They have basically what would be called schools. Yes. And because of that, they navigate through this white world with the black knowledge and the own. And because of that, they are not affected in terms of the self-esteem, which is why you don't have the sellouts like you have with these guys beating up Tyree Nichols, right? Because it's not a basic, you know what I mean, a self-esteem and a knowledge of self in the first place. And if we're looking for them to look, we should fight this, absolutely. But if we're looking for a system that is based where white supremacy is baked into the system, you have to know that you're not going to get the education. We're not going to give our children the education, and we have to create situations where our children should get those education, and we need to make that a prerequisite. Just like when people go to Hebrew school,
and everyone else goes to their school, but we have to struggle about black knowledge, because black knowledge really, let's be honest, especially, even colonialism in Africa, usually our history is about white folks' atrocities towards us. A lot of times, if you watch any black documentary on any historical figure, they always run into slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, being treated like shit.
They're not talking about Mansa Musa, the whole
richest man ever to live. They're not talking about that.
He gave away so much gold that disrupted
bigger than Rockefeller and all those motherfuckers. They don't want to talk about that. Right. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No. So now I'm getting it. So you're saying that we shouldn't be surprised that that DeSantis did that, because the idea.
That's what they do.
Yeah. So now, but I mean, in terms of just the sort of micro sense of it,
DeSantos.
Yeah, I was a little thrown that he even went there, because I actually think that the reason why fuck he is anyway, but he's Harvard educated. So the one thing that I thought was gonna actually give him one leg over Trump, because I'm telling you, this shit around COVID, it is. I hope that doesn't make this pop, but around SARS, he's still saying. Anyway, C-19, it is falling apart. It is falling apart. Dare I say, I hope the Congress, or at least the House of Representatives, goes after Fauci, Redfield, Hahn, Walensky, it'll be fucking, they need you. Because I actually think what's happened in the last 2.5 years is 100 times worse than the Iraq War. Now, DeSantis was one. There was a couple other governors, but he was the highest profile governor that was basically like, nah, we need to stop this. Right? And that is going to be the one thing that he has over Donald Trump. And I feel like that's what Trump had over the 16 other people that he went against when he won the nomination.
I mean, do you think?
Let me just finish this.
Yeah.
So because the one thing he had over those cats in the 16 up there, except I think Ron Paul was the only other one. Right. He was the one that said, wait a second, because all the other ones were like, oh, if we knew what we knew now, it's a good thing George Bush kept us safe for 7 years. And Trump was the singular one going like, it never should have happened. They lied. And low energy brother down there, he was the one that did that, and that shifted the entire Republican nomination, and that's when he won. And I feel like it's going to be somebody because that Iraq war was in terms of geopolitical running. Well, it's early. It's still early yet. It's early. Yeah, but right now, I think something that is going to be that is turned the world more upside down than the Iraq war did. Geopolitically, the Iraq war set everything in motion that we're dealing with right now. At the end of the day, I think that it'll be DeSantis that says, guess what? I was the one. You lost your uncles. You lost this. I think here's stupid. You gotta understand. I think that we're still going to start having a bunch of more cardiac events. They're going to be happening left and right.
People are dropping left and right.
Somebody's going to have to answer for that. And the one person who was willing to stand up to what was going on was Ron DeSantis.
But are they going to remember them piling on stupid shit over and over?
He's just piling on bullshit. People are having cardiac events all the time. Yes. Yes. I think so.
Well, I'll tell you why. I don't think so. Because the Republican Party is voting on identity politics. It's fear of CRT. It's fear of the trans issues.
Trump and him are the same on that. Keep going.
But DeSantis doesn't have. He doesn't have the. He's not Trump. Like you've seen guys try to be Trump. Right. When you hear DeSantis talk, he don't have that.
That charisma. He don't have that. It's like WWE, man. Here's the distinction.
That's exactly what it is.
Right. There's Randy Savage. Everyone's trying to come with their self. Let me tell you something, brother. Yeah, I'm coming after you, brother. Everyone's trying to come with their I'll tell you something. Alright. Ooh, it looks like your world's about to collapse.
So that is WWE.
Tiny man. But yeah, baby. Yeah. It's like Donald is Randy Savage.
He is dude. Now let's go ahead. Let's go down there. Alright? That shit is fake. Alright? So, in real life,
and politics are too.
No, wait. In real life though, the things that really I think make an impact is when it happens to you personally. Alright? So yeah, you can be all rah. But when it happens to you personally, when you're like, wait a second, it's like the Vietnam War. Everybody would, people were singing songs, people were making people feel guilty. You should have your son sign up. Why aren't you? You're not being patriotic. Right. You should be doing it for other people. Right? The same exact shit that was said about getting the jab. Right? It was propaganda 101. So things shifted and changed, bodies started to come back. And all of a sudden, you got dead sons that are coming, dead uncles, dead dads, and that's what shifted.
But the propaganda, even when it came to Vietnam, if they had shown the horrors of Vietnam, they did. What they started to do, what they've always done since then, is they've learned from that. I mean, if we look at what
okay, so what's the distinction now?
The distinction is there's a propaganda. There's the dumbing down of the country. People are dumber now than they ever were. You're an intelligent dude who reads and says
more distractions.
There's more distractions. There's social media. There's people listen to Fox News. The stuff that comes out of Tucker Carlson's mouth is amazing. And nobody, there's no truth. Everybody is in there.
At the end of the day, you're not wrong with anything that you're saying. The distinction is that I think parallels is when it's personalized. That's the thing. Right. When you have you know what? Yeah, my brother died. That shouldn't have died. It was because of that goddamn jab. And you're gonna look that's when it personalizes that way. That's when it shifts. The real experience that way is when it shifts for human beings.
But we also have a situation where people that were saying that COVID was a fraud where the reason why they took the jab was because it was personalized. There's such a shift. Like people, so when they were talking about, oh, it's fake, and then you have people who died of COVID. Like I had like 11 people that I knew personally that died of COVID from taking it or not. No, before they was in jab.
So they just So let me respond to that, because that's also going to be coming out as well too. It's the protocols that were used for people who were, who catch COVID. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be all exploded. Never should have used that protocol. But the SARS-CoV-2, there's a SARS-CoV-1. Use the protocols that we did to deal with SARS-CoV-1. This was not smart. No. Listen, it's real. No. It's not that I'm too smart. I promise you, it's not. It's when people are going to be personally affected, and they will vote based on how they personally feel. And they're going to find out that one of these things about SARS-CoV-2 is that it was a novel virus, but it wasn't an alien virus. That there were things in place, monoclonal antibodies. There were things in place that could have been done.
There's people who can't even say what you said.
They can't. I said it wrong too.
You're talking about idiots.
Right. But it's going to get personalized.
You're too smart.
Let me tell you, Vietnam was going on in the 50s, and it wasn't until the 70s we got it done. And it was the accumulation of the dead bodies coming back.
Brawls going on in Walmart right now. Right? You know how many brawls happening?
Somebody's getting hit with a shovel in 7-Eleven right now.
With mining tools. They are fighting in the farming section.
400th episode. We're going to come back
and right now,
we're going to come back.
Brawl at Waffle House, Walmart.
Those are good, actually.
Wait, hold on. At Target, people are getting punched in the face. This is a dumb fucking country. This country's dumb, and there's not a lot of ties that are going to be like mononuclear and mitochondria. There's going to be a mitochondriatic situation. I'm going to tell you something right now. The nucleus,
they don't know how to spell protocol.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
I got a response to that. There's
a lot of dumb fucks out here.
I got a response to that.
They rush the Capitol, man. They do shit like that,
and they got them off. Then they were like, it's a revolution.
They still think Santa Claus exists, right? And they still buy Christmas toys at Thanksgiving, even though Thanksgiving is a
same. What you're saying about how dumb Americans were, similar things that were said about the folks that Martin Luther King was trying to get together for the Poor People's Campaign, right? And clearly it scared people enough that they blew this motherfucker's head off. All right? So I don't believe that we're too stupid to figure this one out. I don't.
I mean, hey man,
you got more faith than
At the end of the day, this is towards a more perfect union. We know that there's going to be something that's messed up about what we're doing.
80th in all parts of education. We don't read, we don't do shit.
Deepak Chopra is worth $500 million. He goes
and he says nothing.
And
this is what let me do my Deepak.
Please.
Here we go. You have to understand the mind and body. Whatever you're thinking, that spiritual. We have spiritual beings. We have spiritual beings. Am I here or am I not here? I'm here, but I exist. Do I exist? Do I not exist? This is a cup. Okay, this is me. Are we here? Are we here? Do I exist? We have to understand that the spiritual mind and body from which the universe is coming through is from our heart. So, if you see this cup, is it really a cup? Or am I the cup? Is the cup me or is it you? I want to know if that's me or you. And white people are saying,
how many books does that dude sold because of the trash that he said?
So you don't like right? You know who's that for me? You know who's that for me? Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
That's nothing.
Jordan Peterson. Wait.
So he's this cat out of Canada. Right.
Okay, Jordan Peterson. Is he a motivational type of
I guess you can call him that. He wrote a book called 12 Rules of Life. Is that right? 12.
Jordan Peterson. He's but I'm going to tell you, he's only second to Deepak.
You got Deepak at number one?
Yeah, I want you to
know enough about Deepak.
Okay, listen. Just from this point on, but I say the same thing about. I say the same exact thing about Jordan Peterson.
See, he's got a bunch of incels that follow him like a fucking Pied Piper. Okay.
Yeah. Here's my problem with Deepak.
Here's my problem with Jordan Peterson.
Liar.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Deepak. But the thing about Jordan Peterson is this:
buddy.
is that there's a lot of things that he says, and I promise you, every one of all three.
Oh, that's his setup.
We'll find stuff that he says that's actually quite powerful and quite inspirational.
Okay. Wait, you're going. That's a little strong.
Let me finish. Is that, but what he is though, when you actually, peel all the layers back, this is a dangerous motherfucker, and this is why. Yeah. So I'm gonna do like a timeline here. So there was the Klan at one point in time, right? We know what they did, right?
Yes.
And then the Klan said, okay, we gotta pull the sheets up, we're gonna become cops and teachers and stuff like that, right? And then you move on to the David Dukes of the world, right? Kind of the game show looks, and but then after a while, he can't keep up the facade. He's just a straight up fucking Klans guy.
Right.
And then the next thing that comes along is Jordan Taylor. All right. So Jordan, even cleaner version, somebody who has kind of an international flavor because he's lived in different places,
right?
And he can actually keep up his facade a little bit longer. Right. But after a while, it starts to break down. He ain't nothing but a Klansman too. Right. And I think that Jordan Peterson is the next version.
I agree.
The motherfucker's an extraordinary speaker. Right, and he's a Klansman.
But if you get any brain,
he doesn't come across as a Klansman in any way whatsoever. But what he does come across is a supremacist.
First thing he does is he creates, just like Deepak, he creates terminology.
Yes.
That he puts words together that mean nothing.
Yeah.
And then when you go, are you saying that men should punch women in the face? Because that he'll sound like that, like women should be happy that men do not abuse them. And then when you try to clarify, he goes, no, I never said what I'm saying, but he never defines his terms so that you can never nail him down. And then he'll say something like, young men should be responsible, they should make their bed, they should be
do those things, which makes sense, right?
But it's simple and fundamental things. It's not profound. It's not prolific. It's basic.
But listen to this guy. But no, when he does those speak, I mean, I will say this just to counter a little bit of what you're saying. He's exceptional at speaking about things. He really is. But
until he goes against another intellect,
when he has to go up against a real intellect. Like let me tell you when it happened. Michael Eric Dyson went up against.
Yes.
No, he almost made it almost looked like he was going to cry on stage.
And Michael actually said, "You're an angry man."
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
No, it's exceptional. It's exceptional, but you gotta understand. You saw all the little incels write in, going like, "Oh, he made it about race and blah 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 blah." He fucking annihilated Jordan Peterson. But he actually said, Jordan, let's talk again. Why don't you come to a black church so you can understand the experience and so on and so forth? And he wouldn't do it. He won't do it because he knows he'll get annihilated.
I do a lot of
very good.
Eric, you do not want him.
But because there's an authenticity about Eric Dyson. The problem
he's just smarter than him too.
Jordan Peterson. He tries. First of all, he says he's not religious. But he is religious.
He does now. Now he does.
I watch him debate top atheists. DeHunty and Sam ate him alive.
So he's always getting eaten alive by.
No. He does not. I don't think he gets eaten alive. I actually think he's
one of those guys.
Very good. My point is
one of those boxers that avoids the real hitters.
Yes.
He looks like a champion.
Here's the tomato cans.
Yeah. He just knows. Let's put it this way. No, I actually think he goes up against people who are formidable debaters, but he chooses his opponents wisely. Let's put it that way. So it's a fighter.
You're lucky Christopher Hitchens is dead.
Yeah. So he would never go up against Christopher Hitchens. He wouldn't do it.
He couldn't fuck with Matt DeHunty. He couldn't fuck with Sam Harris.
No, I watched
Sam ate him alive.
I don't think so at all.
How do you not think
I don't think he ate Sam at all. I thought it was a very good debate. I actually thought it was very good. It was the one, I'm telling you right now, it was Michael Eric Dyson who sliced him and diced him.
Absolutely.
He literally, I thought he was going to cry. I thought he was...
He cries all the time.
Does he literally? I have to watch this guy. Usually I'm really good at watching.
I feel like you were. You know, at this
he has a
point
Kermit the Frog voice too.
What?
It's like this Kermit the Frog voice. But let me just. But I will say this: the thing that he and I will disagree on. I think he's an exceptional debater. He debates against people who are somewhat formidable. He has a couple against a couple women that were quite good, But he's no punk. He's very good at what he does. But you start to notice his tactic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think here's the problem. Anytime he's debated a woman and gotten eaten is because they're super feminists and because they're being disingenuous. Anybody that's authentic, he can't fuck with.
Yeah.
Okay, I disagree about the Sam Harris thing.
I would love if him and
I'll
Deepak.
send it to you.
Him and Deepak.
Oh, that would be a shit show.
I just said
like
whatever
the-
you're saying is because you're not existing, and that existence doesn't go into your heart.
Astrological.
See this cup and me. We're both here talking to you, but you don't even realize that the cup and me are talking at the same time. That is why you are not in existence. So I have to leave.
What George Peterson gives you, he'll
Yeah.
give you just basic stuff that you already know.
Right.
And he'll say it in a way that's super intellectual.
It is.
And then when you go, yeah, what you telling me? Yeah, have some discipline and clean your room, make your bed. It's really what all he's saying. And then he goes off, and as soon as he gets you nodding, oh, this guy. Then he goes off and he creates terminologies that mean nothing. He puts words, it's all word salad.
But he's good at it though. He's good at it.
I feel like we went on a tangent, but I wanted to bring something back real quick.
All right.
Real quick. That Tyree Nichols, that one dude, he was mad at Tyree. They say it might be premeditated.
Oh, yeah. It's not
because he was dating his ex-girlfriend.
So the
what's
lawyer,
the guy? What's the main one's name? What the fuck was this guy's name?
I don't know.
They showed the one guy.
Yeah.
There's one cop that
not
he was messing with.
Yeah, but it wasn't the main one. It was just like they're like.
No, there was only one. So the word was
is
that he worked at FedEx, and there's the ex girlfriend of a cop that also worked at FedEx, and the word is that he dated that young lady, the ex-girlfriend of that cop, and this was
his
revenge.
baby mama.
However,
And that's his revenge.
however, the attorneys for Tyree and them said they don't think that that's true. So it's before we put it out there that is so. We still need to look at to see if that is true. As of right now, it's still.
I've heard.
I've heard the same brand.
I've heard
Through the fraternity.
through the frat, and through law enforcement frat. That is true.
That's true.
So
all of that because of an ex-girlfriend, not yours anymore.
baby mama.
Baby mama.
The word-
So you're gonna be thrown under the jail because of that dumbass shit.
Yeah, the
Which
word
is
is that when he finished beating him up, when they offered, he took a picture of him and sent it to the
ex.
girl. But again, I mean, you're saying, Dante's got information.
Law
But what I
enforcement
read,
law enforcement bros that I know
Yeah.
was like, yeah, it
That's
was-
what that's about.
Yeah,
Now here's
and that's why they didn't. That's why they didn't cuff him, and they didn't cuff him and put him in the car. Like the first time,
Just
this was about
Yeah.
beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Not that it was about, he had a traffic infraction.
So,
It was-
so all I'm saying is that the lawyer though said they don't think that's. I'm just saying that's what the lawyer. Whatever they're doing. Said
What's
they don't
funny
think that's
too
what it is.
is when I watched their explanation. He was like, "Yeah, he tried to grab the gun." It was like
they're making that shit up.
Well, that's because they always go. They tried to grab the gun.
Yeah,
no one's grabbing your
that
gun.
never happened.
Never, ever. No one's ever trying to grab your gun.
The cop showed up and basically, did his flashlight to let them know that there was another camera up. And they were like, so that's when
They started
all like, hey man, didn't you try to grab your gun?
Yeah, they were so
Yeah, I saw him
terrible.
trying to grab.
They were so terrible.
Strong as hell.
They were like, yeah.
And I'll tell you something. Here's the other thing.
Oh, that fried
we got
chicken.
a bunch of big dudes who a little wiry dude ran on them. So whenever, and if you know any law enforcement, they call it street justice.
When
If
you run, when
on
you
them,
make them run,
you get the beat down.
you get the beat down.
Here's the other thing I have a question about is that I wonder, because if it indeed, let's say that is true, I'm not disputing what you're saying, but if it is true that this was a hit, right? That this dude was fucking, gonna fuck this dude up just because of an ex-girlfriend, you would think that they would be smart enough, though. I really do, I listened to the whole thing. I was waiting to hear one of the most, that's what you did, or whatever, straight, right? Whatever her name is. But nothing ever got said like that. I just gotta believe that one of them would have just slipped and be like, they probably already knew that. Just chase him down, boom, boom. And the thing is that these brothers don't understand. Your black ass is done, motherfucker. You ain't white boys. And
What have we heard from the police?
these white cops are like, and they're gonna ride this. Blacks, okay.
Everybody said black. What you call it? doesn't change until there's a level of accountability.
Right.
And until there's accountability, it won't change. Until people have something to lose. I always say this on the January 6th thing. The what was the tunnel where the chick got shot?
Got shot.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, "We're going in on another revolution." Bomb. And then everybody.
go forward, it's all stable. I'll give you a thumbs up when I want you to start. Then I'm gonna assume it's gonna take you a half a second to get to drive. Go all the way back. You don't have to find drive. Okay, so you're just going to be in drive, no gas. Right away. Question a lot. Like when we rig up like this, and that's just because it's a bunch of
What the fuck are you?
Output side of the transmission is depending on the input side of the lubricant. So you're basically driving in the transmission without I go back again. You don't need to do this wrong. Keep this still and then put this on the trailer and drive the motor around. Yeah, this bump maybe flatten it out. Yeah. Yeah. So at the end of the 5 mile road, that's where our trailers were. So we'll go get that and we'll come back in. That's definitely going to need to be trailered out. So pretty sure they poked a hole in their gas pipe or didn't make it so. But it's not running. Gotta get it back to St. George. Go get the trailer. Alright, we're back here at the trailer. We're just gonna head back in there. It's gonna be a rough old road. it's 11 o'clock. We're not going to be down there. It's going to be 2 a.m. before I climb into bed. Possibly 3. We'll get them out. All right, we made it back here. It wasn't too bad. You think that was the right way to go out?
Yeah.
So we're dropping the customer off here at their hotel, and we're going to drop this off at the dealership in the morning. Probably head. Yeah. So we're gonna have Rudy pull it backwards here, where we can get on the front of it. The best way out of here is that way. Yeah. Okay, Rudy. Smart boy. Yeah. Okay, now we start moving. Okay. Yeah. Just out the same way we came in. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Say goodbye to multiple daily insulin injections with the new Omnipod.